Poisson.
Don't
Poisson.
Poisson.
My little croissant. Remember that sketch?
Yes, I do. I don't
Back
think I
in
need
your
it.
head is ridiculous.
I'm back
I
in
stopped
your
dating a guy because he didn't know that.
All right, we'll get that on the podcast. We'll get that on the podcast. Good start. Really fucking good start.
I was like, you don't know.
I don't think I'm that picky.
It's funny enough that we were actually recording that. So
No,
that's
Zubi
actually
says
good.
shit like that. I don't think I'm that picky. And then she'll be like, what if I can just find a 6'5" Dominican man? Like, good luck. Good
I
luck.
never said that.
I'm just saying that your expectations don't match. Like, a 6'5" Dominican man, that's like over.
Right, and he doesn't know
that he's Dominican.
he doesn't know the sketch.
Yeah,
That
well,
Mad TV sketch.
one Mad TV sketch from like years ago.
Bro, too young.
Too young. That's true.
You're
Too
young.
uncultured.
Too uncultured and too young if you don't know that sketch.
Again, Zubi's dating life is quite interesting.
It's not. Okay, shut up.
It's interesting. It's more interesting than mine.
Wait.
Mine's a pretty consistent theme. I was like, I don't think this is gonna work out. It's a pretty consistent theme. Yours is like, this could work out, but I'm just having too much fun right now.
Aw, you make me sound like a hoe.
No. They're having too much fun. You're not the hoe. They be hoeing. You're just trying to fall in love. Throw that shit over there,
Oh my
please.
god, I've never fallen in love.
Really? Never loved anybody? Never said I love you to anybody?
Never lasts long enough.
Oh, that
Yeah.
fucking sucks.
I'm gonna cry.
You guys
Oh,
want
please
chocolate
don't. We're too poor to
croissant?
have napkins. We don't have any napkins.
I just wipe my tears with my chocolate croissant.
Let's take a bite. Let us know when to start, Uzi.
The physical soothing that food has done for me
it's
has
been
been
recording.
since like
It's been recording?
And, like you can tell, like
It's what gave it away was like he's like, hi, I'm Uzair. I'm like, that's not a Pakistani
Uzair,
person.
yeah.
Zad, Mediname,
Yeah.
Zad.
Yeah, so it's like you being like, hi, I'm Zubai. I'm like, that's not I'm Zubai.
No, I mean I pronounce my name incorrectly. I think Zubaira, but that's just how like my Bengali parents taught
Right,
me
I
to
think
say
it's
it.
like the Bengali pronunciation is a little different, right?
Yeah.
Instead of like Zubaira.
The Urdu pronunciation is like I had a dean, like a Pakistani dean in high school, and she would say Zubaira. I would always get yelled at by her.
It's a little historical. Like a Pakistani teacher just yelling at you, Zubaira! You're like, not this time, buddy.
Why are you late again? Sister Najma.
Are you a habitually late person?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact
we all
that I
know
made
about
it.
me. I don't even have to like preface.
The
this
fact
with
that I made
anything.
it like on time for the late call today was good.
Well, actually, yeah. When you said 11:30, I was like, she'll be here 11:45.
I was here on time.
You were
were.
on time. I was very impressed.
I think I'm getting better at it.
I think I am.
I think
too.
I'm finally recognizing like patterns of time, how time works. I'm like the mental illness is like not subsiding, but like finding ways to work around time.
I couldn't master it, so I was like, what if we work together? No, I'm tricking myself.
Yeah.
I'm tricking myself into
Yeah.
being on time. Because, like, I'll make myself, like, I'll set an alarm, like, super early on purpose. And I tell my friends to tell me the wrong time to things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they do it now.
oh
They'll
yeah, my
tell
friends
me
have had to tell me like
2 hours before.
2 hours. Yo, there have been times where my friends will lie to me and tell me like an earlier time, and I will still be late, and I'm like, yo, what is wrong with you, bro? Like,
Bro, when, like, they tell stories about, like, you know, India and Pakistan warring, and I'm like, but they probably got there, like, 2 hours late each. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
Like, we were supposed to meet 9 o'clock for the battle.
I have this joke about, I mean, not to shit on Bengalis, but also to shit on Bengalis. Bengalis are some
I
of
don't
the...
condone shitting on any
Listen,
Bengalis.
I think Bengalis are amazing. We have such a great community and everything, but we are so lazy. We are. I've seen these uncles.
If I can just
I've
sum
seen
up
these
Bengali
uncles.
people, it's not work harder, it's work smarter.
That's true. But also, I've worked with these uncles and I've seen these uncles. And honestly, sometimes I'm like, how did we win the war? Like, how?
Because we were late. That's how y'all won. We were more late than you guys. You're like, we got here an hour ago. We're like, we're on the way.
Like, chai.
हाँ हम रास्ते में आ रहे थे then हमने कहा चलो इंडिया रुक जाते हैं थोड़ी देर के लिए and like that's the whole thing.
Okay, it was an atrocious genocide. Actually, it was
It's definitely
terrible.
There's not
history.
a lot of tea time going on.
Yeah, it was awful.
Sorry.
Just in case there are some people that are listening that are like, how could they make jokes? How could they make jokes? I mean, it's not a good thing to make jokes
seriously
about.
It carries
but
over here. Okay, like
Yeah.
I was recently seeing somebody Bengali, and we had to stop seeing each other
because of the war.
Because of the war. Because of the war. I feel like a.
That's crazy. I have
feel
so
like
many
a Jane
cousins.
Austen character. I can't see you anymore because of the war. It ravaged my family.
I have so many cousins who are like married to Pakistanis.
That's
Now-
what I've been been really confused about, because I see this as a trend. Bengali girls don't want to marry Bengali guys.
Yeah, because they hurt our feelings.
And I heard it's like a big mama's boy issue. Like
Also,
it's
I mean, Pakistanis have hurt my feelings too.
That's why I'm like, I don't
Honestly,
get. That's
the
the
entire
justification.
South Asian diaspora has made me
That's
feel
what I'm saying.
bad
To
about
have a
myself.
preference is like, I like this version of shit rather than this version of shit. It doesn't really make
Exactly,
sense. So,
yeah.
but I've heard a lot of this argument from like Bengali girls that Bengali boys are especially like very spoon fed. They're very babied.
Yeah.
And that's why they're like, I'd rather a Pakistani man. I'm like, you.
It's the same
I
thing.
would not rather any of them, but
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if you're picking amongst like the big three, the big three, then
where are the Nepali guys? Where are y'all?
ask the Dalai Lama. I do not know.
Oh, topical.
Oh.
Topical.
This is where a soundboard would have been useful.
Hashtag.
Get that on the soundboard. Topical. Topical. Seeing this person, things were going well with her and I, and then she went to Bangladesh for like a month and came back.
Did you
and
get
was
married?
like, No.
Didn't you say that her dad was like a freedom fighter?
Her dad, her grandfather, and her uncle were all freedom fighters, and not
My
like
grandfather.
we support. Like they were like actively involved.
Oh yeah, my
within-
nana was a freedom fighter.
So
My dad was too young.
I feel like I'm in a glass cage right now. White people just like, look at all these brownies and
They're from Utah.
Look, they eat like us. So yes, we were seeing each other for a little while, and she went back to Bangladesh and came back, and she was like, they told her like all the things that they went through, and then she was like, I don't think we should see each other, and I was like, I know it feels wrong, but that's why it feels so right.
I get that though. Yeah.
1971 till 2023, it carried over. That must have been some fucking. And we
mean,
call it a war to be nice, but it was not a war. Anyways, Eid Mubarak, guys.
Got real somber there.
real somber
Like,
there
what do
really
I
quickly.
say now?
Yeah, I was like, Zubaira, do you want to come to an Eid episode or not? So far, we've talked genocide and like
Already, first
surprise
10
arranged
minutes.
marriage.
First 10 minutes of the podcast.
Yeah, let's get it out the way.
Let's talk it out. Let's solve our problems.
Have you ever dated Pakistani?
I have. I was gonna say like, I like anytime I've dated a South Asian guy, I've always felt like. So I dated like a Bengali guy who was like too enmeshed with his family.
Mm-hmm.
So like he felt like he needed to take care of every single thing. He felt like he needed to take care of every single thing for his family, and it was a lot of pressure and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get that part. Yeah.
And I don't think that like parents realize like you're putting all this pressure on your sons and daughters to take care of you, to basically raise you out of everything, poverty and
Yeah.
all of that. And then on top of that, you expect them to find a husband or wife, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, we can't do it all. I'm sorry. I can't.
And
I'm
within a time
tired.
span of like 5 years, I'm like, how is
Yeah.
this? Even Obama needed 2 terms. You know what I mean? Like, you got to give us time, dude.
My mom's just like, we gave you 23 years.
We gave you 4 presidents.
I was like, you only let me out of the house yesterday.
I didn't even have voting rights. So, Pakistani experiences was
Pakistani. Oh, the first Pakistani guy I ever dated, he told me I needed to lose weight, and I was like, I'm never dating a
God
fucking
damn.
Pakistani again.
You're like, am I dating his mom?
I was like, okay, auntie.
Well,
Okay,
Pakistani
Auntie
men are a
Saeed.
little, they're a little The little, how do I say it? Andrew Tate-y, a little bit.
Oh,
a little
yeah.
Andrew Tate-y, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So overall, Zubaira is done with the Indian subcontinent.
I can't.
If you
And
have a
then
nice Turkish man out there.
I think I talked about this on another my podcast. I was like talking to this guy on Minder. I'm not calling it salams, okay? You can rebrand all you want.
Salams feels wrong for what I'm about to go do on there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't... It's really weird to open up a sexual conversation like salams. Like, it's really fucking weird.
I mean, why?
What are we
that's
on
the
there
reason.
for? That's what I'm saying. We're not there to, like, read the Quran together. Like, that's not what's going on
But you're
here.
eventually...
If those are your relationship goals, we'll put Zubaira's socials in the links in the comments. If you're looking for a nice,
Come
sweet
read the
Bengali girl
Quran
to read
with
the
me.
Quran together.
Hey, I can actually read the Quran very well. I went to Islamic school.
Wow, this just became Zubaira's resume. If they're out there, I can read the Quran well. I make chai. I'm okay with Pakistani and Bengali. Just anybody, really.
No, so I was like, I matched with this like Bengali guy, and first red flag, he's bald, and
Dodge that bullet, baby.
28 years old. Why? Why are you bald? What happened? You know what it is? It was probably his parents expecting so much from him. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I really hope this all came out on the first day. Like just straight up, like, hey, why are you bald? Is it because of pressure from your parents?
No, we didn't get to talk about all that, actually. He, like, matched with me, and then we were talking. It was a pretty good conversation, whatever. And then we were, like, trying to set up a day to meet, trying to set up when to see each other or whatever, right? And he's like, hey, how about today? Like, I'll meet you after work. And I was like, okay, sounds good, And then he was like, oh, okay, I'm going to book a room in this hotel. And I was like, hold on! Whoa there, buddy.
Whatever happened to coffee? You know what I mean? Like,
I know. He was like, yeah, I live with my parents, and it's a lot of people, and blah blah blah. Like, I never have any privacy. I was like, yo, there's restaurants, bro. Like, there's like.
You want privacy? We'll get a booth. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
I was like, yo, you're sick in the head. Anyways,
I've had this, like, not experience, but like I've seen this happen a lot with like. When Desi people are dating each other, there's so much secrecy.
Yeah.
And like, cloak and dagger routine going on. That's like all they like really get to do. Because they're like, well, if we go to this restaurant, my X, Y, and Z relative frequents here, so they might see us.
Yeah.
And then the other person will be like, well, we can't go here because my entire family lives here. And they're like, well, where can we go? Like, hey, how about a motel in Long Island? That's the safest bet, right? And I'm like, that's so sad. We grew up on Bollywood. Like, how did we get here?
I know. It's like everyone wants to get to that point, like immediately, and
Right.
It's like, man, give it a minute, goddamn. So sorry.
The Pakistani guy, very unromantic.
No, Pakistani guy was unromantic, but then the bald Bengali guy.
So you got both bald guys?
No. The Pakistani guy had hair
Okay.
and audacity. It was all in his hair.
You gotta keep it somewhere. And when you have so much hate for women in your heart, you gotta store the audacity somewhere else. Which is why all Pakistani men have that big coiffed hair. You see? It
was coiffed. It was absolutely coiffed.
They all look.
He had a beautiful head of hair. What a.
They all look like lead in like dramas. You know what I mean? But like, you're probably the villain lead, definitely.
Oh yeah.
So then the Bengali guy was too much into you. Is that
No, he wasn't. Okay, here was the thing. He wanted to like take me to a hotel and stuff. I mean, Pakistani guy took me to a motel. That's a whole Jesus.
Yeah, it's my dad's motel.
I hate myself. I think I set myself up for
Always
failure.
owned by Indians. And it's like if we were seeking privacy, right? And you wanted to get away from like Indian people, why do we choose the one Indian motel in all this fucking like?
I don't know. I wasn't even. Anyways, the Pakistani guy like took me to a restaurant. We were like hanging out. I honestly should have known that it was like not going well because he was like not even paying attention to me during the like dinner part of it, and I was like, I just want to get this over with. Anyways, and then like after our first date, he got like very like, oh, like how come you're not calling me? How come you're not texting me?
Whoa.
And I'm like, you told me to lose wait.
Yeah.
I'll text you when I'm ready.
Yeah, that'll make a girl come running back, you know?
I'll text you 15 pounds later.
Hey, Zubaira, you haven't texted or called me back. Hope you've lost weight. Bye. Like, what the fuck, dude? Can you believe these girls? Like, he was probably getting mad, like, sitting, like, I can't believe I'm putting, like, my best out here, and she won't text me back. Ugh.
Okay, so the bald Bengali guy, after the whole hotel thing, I was like, no, I'm really not comfortable with that. I don't want to do that. And then he was like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry. How can I make it up to you? And I was like, hey, just like take me out to a restaurant, you know? And then because I said that, he started cursing me out. He was like, oh, you're a bitch. You're never going to find anybody. You're and you're fat. And again, my weight comes up with brown boys so much. That's why I can't.
Bro,
I can't.
And I'm like, you saw me in the pictures though. Like, it's not, I didn't hide it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have just headshots. Like, it's
I know. I was like, I didn't hide it. And I understand maybe like some of the angles like make me look thinner or whatever, but like be fucking for real. I don't know. So my weight comes
There's
up again.
There's 3 pictures of me at restaurants, okay?
Yeah.
There's 3 of them of me at the fucking restaurant. One of them where you rejected me. What did you think is...
Yeah, that's why I feel like kind of like fetishized by brown men, because it's like, she's fat, but like, you know, it's like that thickness. Like I want to be able to like sleep with her, not like make her my wife or anything like that.
Well,
which,
from
like,
what you're telling me right now, they're not even thinking friends level. They're like, hey,
not.
what if you just shut up and have sex with me? Like, oh, right, this is...
You're finding these on Minder?
yeah,
Jesus.
both of them on Minder.
Okay, first of all, you have no right to be surprised. Okay, this man is running through Minder like he's on a fucking marathon. Let's not even-
but I don't fat shame women on there. Like, and
which is why
Well,
you're...
thank you for that.
Which is what I was going to say.
bar
You
is
don't-
like-
welcome. Yeah.
No, the idea that you're amazed at people just like being whores on Minder is not.
No, but it's just that like
Eid Mubarak, beta. Eid Mubarak.
I mean,
It's like they come in with like a very hard list of like this. It's either this or nothing, or they're like, hey, what do you like to do? I'm like,
the worst one is when the family members are the ones that are controlling the account, and the worst part is if they don't tell you down the profile. Because I ended up speaking to a girl's brother for 2 weeks, and it got to a point where it's like after the 2 weeks,
you got halal catfish. That's
halal
crazy.
catfish.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
we set up a date.
This
in the
guy's talking to me about cars and shit. You're
Literally.
like, yo, this girl's so cool.
Cool. We love the same animes.
No, you guys laughing, but that's literally not only what happened. This dude, after he said that, hey, I don't think you're a good match for my sister, me not knowing it's him, but hey, here's my Instagram.
No.
I went and blocked this dude on Instagram so he can't find
You
me.
could have had your best friend. Like, I don't understand why you blocked
Yeah, I
him.
mean, you were matched with your best friend. Farooq.
You know me.
Do you know him?
I'm not this devil.
No, you just loosened the pants. That's the only. My boy's
You're
giving
a
it out like
whore.
he's giving out like Edie. Like you get one, you get one, you get one, you get one, you get 2. But no, you're right though. It's the state of Muslim dating in general is
Abysmal.
It's bleak.
So bad.
It's very bleak.
I'll tell you what, like, so, okay, that was like in 2019. Oh, and
This
then.
is pre-pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. Oh, I hold on to this shit forever.
No, because like it can't have gotten better after the pandemic.
Oh, no, it hasn't. I dated a Bengali guy during the pandemic, and he was the one who was like very enmeshed with his family and like broke up with me, saying that like, oh, you know, the pressures of my family is getting too much. Like, I need to take care of my parents. And I was like, guys, you know, sometimes it's called boundaries. All right,
Yeah,
it's called
I think a lot of
boundaries.
dudes are very afraid to step up to like stand up for themselves.
Yeah, and I get it because, you know, we're fed this whole thing of like, your parents made all these sacrifices for you, you know, and yes, they did, but
for me to have a better life.
Yeah, exactly. And how am I supposed to live a better life if I can't do that?
The idea that you must go through the same trials and tribulations that your parents went through for you to understand them is incredibly insane.
Also, not for nothing, like, I wish my parents did not make the sacrifices they made. I wish they hadn't.
I'm sick and tired of hearing about them.
Exactly. I wish my dad went on and became a pilot, didn't give, like, fucked off and, like, went into the air. Like, I wish he had done what he was.
And then crashed. No, I'm kidding.
Here's the thing. No, I think my dad is holding on to a lot of untapped potential. This man is so talented. This man is so funny. Like, honestly, like, so many things have held him back. My mom being one of them too. And his kids. Like, I'm sorry. Like, fuck me.
Accountability 2023. We're doing it. We're doing it.
But I truly wish like my dad like went off and like did something great with with his talents. That's why like I get
What
so
does your dad do?
afraid.
Like, is he an artist? What does he do?
Oh, he has a beautiful voice. I can show you a video of him like singing. I literally took a video of him singing yesterday. He has a beautiful voice. He used to like do some sort of like theater or whatever. He's just like, I think his soul was always a starving artist, but he never got to explore that because he was so busy taking care of his family,
cultural norms and all that.
His family, he has like 50 brothers and sisters. He like sent money off to Bangladesh every single month, like, and then again, like, because he was doing that, he was neglecting my mom, and like
they tried. Okay, how my mom would say is like they try to hold 2 watermelons in one hand, and you can't do that.
Right.
Like you
right.
try to have
That is such a good analogy.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like it's just not possible. You're gonna drop one, dude. Like and then and guess what? Once you drop it, you're not getting that shit back.
Right, and then you wonder why your relationship isn't good, you know? And it's like,
With my dad, it was the same thing, right? Like he just fell into like just being a laborer, but I'm pretty sure he could have done something else if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But it just always was like you got to take care of your family, and they're working from like. They started working like since the age of 9 or some shit.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're like, you don't even know what it's like to be a child. So now
yeah,
my dad would get older and then he would just like, now he's an old child.
yeah.
You know, like he would come up and like pretend to be Hulk Hogan to us. I'm like, what are you doing? You're my dad.
Let him live his dreams.
But yeah, we would
bro.
just like, and it would be the worst impression too. Like we would just like let him have fun. You know when you're like baby cousins or like someone comes up to you, like I can do a backflip, and they just like twirl, and you're like,
very good, beta. Very nice.
Beta.
Very nice.
Show everyone, sure.
No, I mean, my dad did come to this country to become a pilot, and he.
Wrong country to become a pilot.
I know. I mean, in the 70s too, and even then, after he got his license and everything, I didn't know this, but he told my sister this, and my sister told me. She was like, he was told by the piloting school that he should just go back to his country and become a pilot and be a pilot there. And he was like, why the fuck did I come out here?
With, like that end of the sentence. Like, they told him that he should go back to his country. And that's,
I mean,
now that you can fly.
No,
Well, if you could just leave.
If you could just go back. I mean, like, yeah, he still has like a lot of friends who like did that. They went back to their country. They became pilots. They're like living in the capital now, very beautiful homes and shit like that, which like, he didn't want that. He wanted a life in America,
right.
which like he should have been able to do that, but fucking racism. Like,
poor decisions, racism.
Yeah.
Our parents probably went through like, so without having the internet, without having any sort of like, you're probably not even that connected to the community at that point, because what community was there in like the 70s? Well, I don't know when your parents got here.
My dad got here in the 70s. My mom, 80s.
My dad was 70s, something like that. And to just imagine navigating the subway and you don't speak English and there's no internet.
Yeah.
I'm already having an anxiety attack just thinking about that.
Yeah. Like if I, yeah, I mean, we could definitely cheat the system if we went to a different country and like.
We have it easy. We have it on easy mode.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But again, that doesn't mean that we should have to live it on hard mode to appreciate them.
For real. So, okay, back to the Bengali guy.
Right.
He cursed me out, blah blah blah, all that shit. Called me fat and then blocked me, right? But I checked like 2 weeks later. I'm like looking at my Snapchat. This is 2019, guys. I don't use Snapchat anymore.
But if you're out there and you're interested, she will re-download it.
I think it's so juvenile. I fucking
it really
it's
is.
such a
Anytime
juvenile.
if I match with somebody, I'm talking to somebody, and they go like, "Do you have Snapchat?" I'm like,
Oh,
block.
I'm like, that's no, red flag.
You don't read. That's what that means. If you have Snapchat, you have never read a book. 100%.
Okay, so I'm like looking through like the contacts on my Snapchat, and it's like telling you like all the people that you can like add or whatever, and I see his name, like his full name, right?
The government name?
The government name on his Snapchat of
That's
all
what
things.
I'm saying. Lame.
And so I found his like real name, and I put it into Facebook, and I find pictures of him like getting fucking engaged.
Bro, that happens so much that it's insane.
He wanted to get like a fuck in before
Getting
married. And I'm pretty sure the girl is like from Bangladesh too.
Wow.
I was like, you're a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, anyways.
That poor girl.
Yeah.
So, lesson is don't download Snapchat because you're not gonna find what you like. You're not gonna like what you find.
But
over
at
there.
least you find the truth.
You find it. Well, I wouldn't call it the truth. Just overlook details, apparently. Zubaira, if you just went on Facebook and just typed in that name before, you could have.
Well, he didn't have his full name then. I
That's
think
what
he
I was
had
gonna
like
ask. So,
he
like,
used
when
like
you-
a different name.
When
I
you
think.
match with him, that wasn't his name at all?
No,
Oh, that is
no.
so sketch.
No.
Yeah, Zubaira. That really is so sketch.
I mean, okay, fine. I say Zach, but I tell them that's not my name. No, my opening line.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Zach. Get out.
I tell them that though. Well,
They see your face and like, yeah, that's Zach.
no.
Not Zakaria. Like, it's not.
No. On Minder and no Salams and Muzmatch, it's Uzair, but on everything else, it's Zach.
Everything else.
Because
Bro, I'll show you his phone after. This man is busy. This man is.
You know what? I
I'm
actually-
tired.
Oh yeah,
I'm
he
tired.
deleted them like recently. But like, if there's a dating app out there, my boy's in there.
Wow.
Yep.
I got on Raya recently.
I was on Christian.
Oh
Mingle,
wait,
too.
is that the
You were
celebrity
on
one?
Christian Mingle?
Yes, I was.
Wait,
Boy.
Raya's a celebrity one, right?
Yeah, I mean, not really. You can
but
get
you need
like
an invite or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's really
I haven't.
I got a couple.
that's really
I got a couple.
gatekeeping. I feel like
It is very gatekeepy, but I mean, it's kind of boring.
So, any famous people matches
No,
so far? No?
I've
Nothing?
only
You come across anybody?
No,
that you're like, wow?
there's like lawyers on there. I was like, ew.
Ugh. All right. Is it like finance Tinder? Is that what you're talking about right now? Is like
I mean,
finance
Raya is like supposed to be the one where it's like the celebrities and stuff like that, but I haven't
Right.
seen it. I've seen. I mean,
Okay, just
apparently
to
Bad
preface
Bunny
this,
was on there.
Zubi also doesn't know any famous white man. This is not.
Yeah.
So Zubi might have come across like Ralph Fiennes and been like, "Oh, this
Hey, I know who that is.
Voldemort." Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly.
Of all the celebrities, you go for Ralph Fiennes.
he was nominated for an Oscar for Schindler's List, and Zubi's like Voldemort.
Yo, can I tell you? I thought Stanley Tucci was a dead man for so long.
That man has been healthy for so long. He should. Why are you killing perfectly healthy people, Zubi?
I thought he was. He has.
Stanley
Okay,
Tucci's on.
all right,
Stanley
but tell
Tucci's
me
posted
not.
on Instagram every day. Zubi's like, damn, he's like Tupac. He's got hits and hits and hits.
But tell me not. That doesn't sound like a dead name to you, like somebody who's dead.
No.
Somebody, a legend who's dead.
Maybe, but again, like, he's been in so many things. How do you not know Stanley Tucci?
You know how I know Stanley Tucci and that he's alive?
Hunger Games?
Easy A.
Even worse. Oh yeah, that's the guy that's in the Emma Stone movies. Yeah. What the fuck, Zubi? Which is why Zubi being on Raya, she's probably passed like 5 celebrities and like, ugh, there's no celebrities on here. Just past Timothée Chalamet, Chris Pratt. Just
Chris Pratt, ew. He would be on Christian Mingle.
Just match with Zach.
I feel so attacked.
But the matching system on salams and all that shit is garbage. And then, again, not to like generalize all brown girls, Muslim girls, or whatever, but like it's hard to crack, like break into the actual conversation.
Yeah.
The surface level shit lasts for so long. It's like, hi, so how halal are you? I'm like, I don't really.
Is that really what
Dude,
they
they
ask?
start interviewing immediately. Like girls who are like serious, because I get it. This part I get. Like, if you're like a Desi girl and you're growing up in the culture and everything,
Yeah.
you probably have one shot to bring a boy home.
Yeah.
So I get the scrutiny and like being like,
Yeah,
okay, like
yeah.
an interview process, but like we can have fun. Like we can have.
Yeah,
you know,
I think conversation is very important.
that's what I mean. Like they
Yeah.
just try to get to the nitty gritty. Like where'd you go to school? What'd you do? All these. Like it feels like a very job interview.
I'm like the
situation.
complete opposite to
But
the
my
point where like
profile-
I don't know anything about them, but I'm having great conversations with them.
My profile says for a job, I'm a farmer in New York City.
No, you.
There's also a dating app for farmers.
Yeah, guess what? It's not in New York City.
Are you collecting data?
No.
What is
no,
happening?
no. I just
Why
know,
are you on
I
so
just-
many
You should
apps?
start your own podcast called Data with Dating.
I just know a lot about dating apps because
That's great. Wait, is that the
That's his
life?
passion.
Yeah, it
Is
is.
that your?
My passion is ghosting people.
No, it's not actually.
I'm sorry, you take yourself very seriously on the dating app.
I'm a very notorious ghoster because I'm not good at
I ghosted for the first time this year.
really.
First ghost.
First time ever.
First time ever ghosted
Wow.
somebody. But it was worth it.
But I feel like it's mutual because it's like
it
if
was
you're
worth
not.
it. They were racist. So I don't think it was worth it. Yeah, it was worth it.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. She was Ukrainian. And I was like, I feel like I was saving somebody.
No, dude. Just because they're going through something doesn't mean that they're not racist.
They never even been to the Ukraine. They just grown up here their entire lives. It's a Staten Island Ukraine person. It might as well be just another Italian person. So but it was like they were very specifically racist only against like Vietnamese people. It's mad specific.
They gave us pho. How dare you?
What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why. She was like, just them, and I was like, I don't understand. It was so specific that I was like, I don't even think we want to ask questions about it, and I just like kind of just left the person like after that. Like we were supposed to go on a date, and I just never.
Oh no, fuck that. Yeah. Ew. Where'd you meet her? Minder.
If I met a Ukrainian on Minute, I'm like, what is even happening right now in the Ukraine? They're really trying to get out of that country, aren't they? No, this was Hinge. Yeah, it was Hinge.
Oh, okay.
The worst one.
Yeah, I thought
No, the worst one's
Hinge
Bumble.
was supposed to be like, oh, Bumble is the worst one. Yes.
Why
that
is Bumble the worst one for you?
Every guy that I've met on there is too afraid to like take the lead, and I mean that makes sense because like the woman is the one who opens the conversation.
That's the whole point of the app. The whole
Yeah,
point of
I
the app
know.
was like, hey, you take charge of this time.
Yeah, but then like they end up being
Boring.
the enmeshed guy or the one that,
So
like
you met these guys on Bumble and stuff, not like most like Desi.
I met that Bengali guy, yeah.
on Bumble.
And then a Puerto Rican guy on there who we dated for a while, and then like he hit me with I wasn't looking for anything serious. I was looking for something casual. I was like, motherfucker, casual during COVID? You kidding me? Who else are you being casual with?
The world is dying. What do you mean casual? Like,
Bro, I don't know.
if you're only listening, the look Zubi just gave me right now was so full of just sorrow and anger. I thought Zubi was going to pull out a gun. Which would we say the dating app you had the most success in? Like, which was like the one that you like used the most?
Success in what terms? I don't
and
think
like
I've had any
have
success.
good dates at least out of it.
Oh,
Like
good
you-
dates.
Like you've met
I guess
good dates.
Tinder, yeah.
Tinder? Wow,
Yeah.
Tinder?
Yeah.
Tinder's my worst one. I got nothing on Tinder.
Tinder's the best. You gotta work on your bio, man. 4 pictures max. I'll
Yeah, you
give
know
the
what?
phone
I
number.
gotta just give him
You
my
gotta
phone.
talk- yeah,
I
you
just
gotta talk to me
gotta give my
about
phone to Zach and let him figure that out. Can I go as Frank? Like, what do I
That's what
change
you
my
You
name?
gotta
That's
change
what
your
you gotta
name.
do.
Frank.
You need a
They're gonna look at me like, no, you're not. No, you are not Frank.
Ain't no way he's a
the
Frank.
trick for Tinder is actually very easy. You need a dog. I'm not even joking. I swear to God, dogs are the hacks. for
I have a
Tinder.
cat. Is that gonna?
Barely. A dog holding a fish on your profile apparently gets you so many likes, but apparently having a dog-
Why? I hate guys with fish.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that, but when they see a man holding a fish, they're like, "Wow, he can provide." So they'll be like, "Oh, fine, let me just swipe on him." You know, if I.
I think the actual thought was like he has a boat, which means he has money.
that too.
I think that's the
That's
actual
not
thought.
his boat, girls.
It's not.
That's not his boat.
It's not his fish.
It's not his boat. Not his fish.
His friend
He
caught.
ain't even
His
catch
friend
that
caught the fish. It's his uncle's boat. It's nothing is his.
But Tinder's lit.
Tinder is my least like a.
I think because Tinder, there's like nobody's like hiding or being manipulative on there. To be honest, that's how I felt.
Okay.
Like if it is just to meet up and
Fuck
bang
around,
bang
right?
boom,
Yeah.
then that's obvious and that's.
I think some
They
of the
make
problem
it.
is you're calling it Bing Bang. Boom. I think that might be one of the problems.
I am trying to be hello.
Why are you taking me to a motel? You want a Bing Bang Boom? Not that easy, mister.
Well, anyways. And even when I was taken out on dates on Tinder, it's been like very
Pleasant
dates, yeah.
Okay.
So
Do you feel like you meet non-Desi people on Tinder more? Is that why it's worked out more?
I think so. And, it's only been brown men who've brought up my weight. So I feel like that's nice.
It's because their mom's
As
going to bring it up. That's why, like, hey, let me get this out of the way. Let me prepare her for what's about to come.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's not even what's about to come. It's they cut it off before anything comes. Or I cut it off before anything else comes. So, yeah. I don't know, man.
Definitely before all the coming. We should cut it off before all the coming.
We're cutting it off before come.
Literally, we're cutting it off. Throw this shit out. Anyways, Eid Mubarak, guys.
Are you just going to keep saying Eid Mubarak every time?
I don't know how to segue between topics. Oh, yeah, no, that's been my mom's concern as of late now. Is like she's at that point where she's like, it's just anybody, Dude, I'm there already. I'm like, you know what? And here's the thing: the choices I've made in women have not been great either. So like, I'm not the best judge of character when it comes to women. So I was like, maybe because I'm a little blinded by like the rose-colored glasses.
I think that we are so. I think from the conversation we've had so far is that like we're so like starved for romance.
Yes.
Like honestly, it's so sad, but like nobody's gonna give that to us.
I blame Bollywood. I blame Shah Rukh Khan specifically for setting such high standards that it's just impossible to live up to.
It hurts even more when any of the girls you date, they were like, "You're one of the most romantic men I've ever dated," and like, no, I'm not. I'm just being polite.
Dude, that's happened like so many times.
Yeah, but you got to take that as like look at the fucking
market there.
Market of men.
I mean, from what you're telling me, yeah, like I've gone on dates with girls and like guys don't even take you out on dates. They just
bro,
like,
I nearly came because a guy fucking made a reservation. I was like, you made a reservation for me?
I've been doing picnics and shit. What is going on out there?
I've never gotten that. I've never gotten any of that.
I've done that. Central Park, best place.
I feel like the Obama gift right now. Like, what is happening right now? That's okay. What is like the bare minimum you expect from a guy in sense of like dating, which is like, okay, this is acceptable for me to like go on a date with.
Have hair.
No, I think behavior wise. Like, okay, this is like
behavior wise.
Like treat how they should treat you.
I think communication is like literally one of the biggest things.
So
like,
if a guy is yelling at you and telling you you're a bitch, that's communication though. He's communicating exactly what he's feeling. It's just not good feeling.
That. I don't know, actually. I like, again, it's one of those things where it's like I'm still figuring it out, and it's like
I know all the things I don't like. I really don't know what I do like.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I don't know.
It's easy. It's just kindness and empathy. That's like that should be like the biggest basic thing, and just communication and attentiveness.
But I feel like you give that, and then the other person is just like kind of, if you give them an inch to take a mile. Like you heard about, like, you know about the nurse, the Florida nurse situation where like it's like, okay, if you get, when I was dating the person from Florida and it was a nurse.
Oh yeah. Yes,
that got out of hand very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, so you
But she was like obsessed with you, right?
She was obsessed with just getting married.
Oh.
That's another one where it's like, I don't think you like me. I think you like the idea of just getting married.
Yeah.
And just like calling it a fucking day, you know? And I'm like, I mean, good for you if that's what you want, but like I feel like that's not a good place to start
Was she
a
Desi?
relationship. Yes. Yeah.
Oh. Whoa.
And I feel like now that I'm getting like the 30s, it's like, okay, if I want to date in my own age group, this is a reality I might have to like kind of embrace, because like they're not wasting time.
Oh yeah.
They're not wasting time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then.
But that is also like a detriment to us, because then it's like, well, what the fuck are we getting into?
Exactly.
You know, it really sucks. Because it's like, well, just put some more effort into like a short span of time. Like.
And then it was long distance. I was like, dude, this is
that's gotta be tough.
This is We've hung out twice. Like,
yeah. But then, wouldn't you rather that than getting like set up by your parents and like?
I don't know. I think their judgment's better than mine at this point.
It is.
I thought so. But I went to Bangladesh and I met a bunch of men.
So tell the audience about how.
So, I mean, I think maybe for men it's
But it
different.
wasn't a surprise thing. You knew you were going to go there and get set up. Or
Yeah. I knew. I mean, that's what I was going for. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I went and I was a little bit naive in the sense that, like, maybe, again, like, I thought the same way you guys did, you know? I was like, oh, like, my parents, like, I've been through so much. I've gotten through so much heartbreak. Like, maybe my parents will actually find, or rather, I was going through more of the motions of like, you know what, I'm ready to make a compromise and like let my parents at least get the one form of happiness that they were looking for. And I go to Bangladesh and I'm like, fuck, these men are really not it. The first guy I meet, he starts getting racist. I was like, are you dead ass? Like, this is what I have to. Because I thought, like, okay, maybe, like, Bangladesh has changed, you know, they have, like, a different mindset and now, but I have to remember, like, my parents are from the fucking village. Like, straight up, like, and no knock on the village, but they are closed-minded to a lot of things because they don't know a lot of.
You can take the boy out of the village. You can't take the village out of the boy. You know?
Exactly. And so we started having a conversation. The conversation wasn't bad. I was like, oh yeah, he's not too bad.
How did your parents know this person?
So we had a matchmaker there who was setting us up with.
You got to see my auntie over there.
We got to see my auntie there. Yeah. But. So we were like talking. I was like, okay, it's not that bad of a conversation. He's actually like able to talk to everyone, and it's nice, whatever. And then we started talking about like where we live in America, and like he's heard of like Ozone Park and East New York and stuff like that. I was like, oh, there's like a lot of Bengali people there, right? And then he's like, but you guys don't like live near black people, right? I was like,
brother, it's always black people too. And here's the crazy thing: like one of my sister's close friends is their whole family's MAGA. And they're Pakistani, which is like super it's weird to me. But here's the thing. We were talking about like how Staten Island is like not the worst place to live if you're like an adult with the family and everything. And like it's actually improving and there's more diversity and everything. And she's like, yeah, everything's well, but just ye kale chala jaye phir perfect hoga. I'm like, bro, first of all, you're a guest in their country. Like let's just get that right, okay? Like you got here, they've been here. Yeah. So for you to be like, hey, if they want to be perfect, I'm pretty sure it would be the opposite, no? Because you're the person that came in here and was like, hey, what if you didn't live in your own house? The black people is the go-to. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't get that. And they will literally face the most direct bigotry and racism from white people and still be like, oh, black people are the problem.
Right.
And it's like, bro, grow the fuck up. Like, are you kidding me? And it's because of the news.
Yes.
It's literally because of the news and because of the way that, like, they're portrayed and shit like that.
They don't even watch Western news. Like, their news doesn't have anything about black people.
My parents do. Oh, you're talking about the people in Bangladesh?
Yeah, like, I don't understand where that comes from. I don't know how that travels over there.
It does travel. News travels. Like, people talk and, Facebook as well.
WhatsApp.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's not like there aren't indigenous black people in Bangladesh. Like,
I mean, listen, I know some family members of mine that are quite dark-skinned, but they'll be like, no black people. I'm like, dude,
you are the black people.
You are the black people. Like, I don't know how to explain this to you. Unless, like, if I went like that and I'm like, is this shoe polish? Like, this whole time you've been doing blackface? Now I get where you're coming from. I don't understand where that comes from at all. I think I had to shake that in my parents a little bit because when we first got here, my mom was obviously not as well versed in like how American society is. So she was saying all the same things that all the Desi parents say that they've heard from white people.
Yeah.
And a black family moved across the street, and she was like, "Did you know that a black family moved in across the street? Do you think it's okay?" I'm like, "Mom, when we probably moved in, all the other families like, hey, another Muslim family just moved in. Do you think that's okay?" And how do you think that it's okay? She's like, yeah, we're not doing anything. I'm like, yeah, so they're not doing anything either. What do you think? They move in, they're like, there goes the neighborhood. Like they're evil, evil urban planners. I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, our neighborhood got worse because of so many Bengalis moving.
That's the other thing. When your own people move in, it gets worse. Like,
dude, I'm telling you, I went to Jackson Heights for Chandrat. And we had to use the bathroom so badly, so we stopped by. I'm gonna name names because you know what? Fix yourselves, okay? We walked into Premium Suites. We're like, we're gonna use the bathroom. And
Premium, what is it?
Premium Suites. This was
going out to you, Premium Suites. You had to fucking listen.
I knew off rip the bathroom was gonna be nasty because that's just how they keep their bathrooms. And I don't know why. I don't know why they do this. It's nasty.
To deter us. They do it to deter us, 100%. Because their own house, the bathroom wouldn't look like that.
I don't know. Maybe it does.
Oh, God. Premium Suites. We got to do a check on your house.
Dude. So also, by the way, this used to be my dad's old restaurant. So we walk in and we're like, okay, we've got to use the bathroom. We're like 5 or 6 people away. Tell me how the first person that opens the door, we smell the bathroom from back of the line. That's like fucking nasty. Right? Yo, and honestly, like, we can't, like, when people make fun of brown people, We can't even say shit because look at our fucking bathrooms.
100%.
I'm so tight about that. And the thing is, like, we could walk into any fucking restaurant in Jackson Heights. It'll still smell like that. That's nasty.
And it doesn't help that the tiling in the bathroom continues into the rest of the restaurant, so you feel like you are in the bathroom. Like, why is there white tile outside and inside the bathroom? Like right above, like where the buffet is, you just see like a bunch of white tile in the buffet area. Disgusting.
It's so bad, but the food is so good.
Which is why there's a lot of shit happening because the food is so goddamn good. So you walked into premium suites and like, you know, when my dad used to own this place,
the bathroom was still.
You could eat off the toilet. Yeah. In fact, we did. Oh.
No, but I feel like my dad did do a good job of like keeping it clean. Like he would send people into the bathroom like every hour to like
come check it out. It's so
clean it up. No, he would like to clean the bathroom. You know, like employees just to like you have like a bunch of employees just to like clean it up.
Your dad did
like,
it himself.
To clean the bathroom?
Yeah.
No, he got people to do it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, your dad was a hands-on boss. I feel like he would be cleaning like, you know, I used to be a pilot. Back in Bangladesh? No, here, motherfucker. Here I used to be a pilot.
I was just like fucking.
What happened? And then you just walk in with like all three of his daughters just walking in like, this happened.
I'm working on an education for this one, which sucks now. Like, that's why I'm so afraid of like giving up my dreams of like doing comedy and like being, you know,
being non-conventional.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I kind of understand. I think for me, it was always a struggle of like, am I on the right path? And like, this is a selfish choice. And I think after my dad passing, my mom telling me like, he would never, obviously they never compliment you to your face. Brown parents could never, because then it means they're not your parents anymore.
Yeah.
So, but when he would go away to like his relatives and stuff, my dad would just, which he didn't even understand how comedy worked, but like, my son does comedy all over the country. I'm like, first of all, your son is trying to do comedy in New York City right now. Let's not put the rest of the country on my back just yet. And he's like, top 5. I'm like, you don't even know the top 4. You don't even know the other 4. How do you know I'm top 5? That's crazy.
She's like Usama, Zubaira, Farooq is in there somewhere.
No, my dad doesn't even know it. Like he was just like bragging to his like, you know, because like his friends, like his relatives would be like, my son's doing this and that. And my dad kind of felt like a little bit of pride in the fact that like I took a different route. I mean, in the beginning it was bad because they were like, you don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
But then like once they see you stick with it and you make strides and stuff, they're like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is not just like some way to get out of responsibility. Mm-hmm. It's like you want to live a different life. And then I think he understood that towards his later years. Like, yeah, if I made this life for them, choice should be, choice shouldn't be a privilege or a luxury. Like, choice should just be available to us. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the main thing? Like that we should have a choice. Because I mean, you guys just didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
If you could choose, your dad would stay a pilot and like, you know, do the things that he would want to do and be the best singer there is. Your dad would be the next Arijit singer or whatever. I don't know.
I honestly think that my dad could still do it.
I mean, let's make him a TikTok.
Let's make him a TikTok. And just singing songs into the camera.
I hope he sings to both the man and the woman parts.
He would, too.
He would?
He would.
I gotta meet your dad. That's hilarious. Get a few drinks.
My dad's
from your
a fun guy. He's a great guy. I mean, that's why he was able to manage such a successful restaurant. Like, I say this all the time. Like,
wait,
you know,
I thought it was just a sweet shop. It was a restaurant too.
It was a restaurant. Yeah,
okay.
Premium. I mean, it's called like they call it suites, but like there's also restaurants.
Okay.
I mean, when my dad owned it, it was also like family owned. It was called Alauddin.
Oh.
So on 73rd Street, and 73rd Street was not popping the way it was now.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
I mean,
to have a restaurant,
to
have a restaurant on 73rd Street was kind of like.
It's mainly like Italian Jewish in that area. At that
I mean,
time, right?
before it was all about 74th Street.
Right.
So people only wanted business, like Indians only wanted business on 74th Street because that was where all the gold stores were. That was where all of the clothing stores were, you know. But then I think, like, honestly, like, once my dad opened up that restaurant on 73rd Street and showed, like, business can be popping here, too. I mean, it's only a block away, but still, people acted like you're committing, like, business. Like,
that is the most Desi thing. Is like, I am a pioneer.
I'm a pioneer on this block, motherfucker. Like, but
73rd. What's your dad's name?
Khalil Ahmed.
Khalil Ahmed.
Yeah.
You go to 73rd Street, they know Khalil Ahmed up and down the block, baby.
They do though. They do. For real. They like there's still like a lot of respect on my dad's name for that. And
Yeah,
because
real,
like after he opened that restaurant, there was like then like other stores open up like Hot Bazaar, Manan, like all of these stores started to feel like a little. I mean, it was only like my dad's restaurant and then Upna Bazaar before. Right. And then it was like it started opening up to so many other stores and restaurants and clothing stores and all of that. Like
yeah, no, I didn't realize how many people my dad helped out before, like, and like how many people knew him as like, you know, a benevolent man. Because to me, my dad was like this grumpy guy that doesn't really want to talk to me, you know?
Yeah,
and then, like,
that's the thing.
At his funeral, people were like, your dad helped me start my business. Your dad taught me carpentry. Your dad taught me this.
Yeah.
Your dad helped me get a visa. He put me up in his house. I'm like, give me $5, this guy. When I asked him at 17, like, I should get a car, he was like, you should get a job. Like, I need a car to get to the job. We're like, no, you need a job to get to the car.
It's crazy how much our dads can do for people, and then, like, we don't realize it because, like, all we wanted was for them to be better husbands to our moms. Like, that's all we were asking for.
Just to smile every once in a while would be nice. And not even nice to our husband. Like, if you could just, you know, wake up and say a good morning to anybody. If you could just even, like, you know, into the ether, just yell good morning, it would be fucking nice. But instead, you wake up and you go, Chai Lao. That's how you treat people, bro? But then that's not what I mean. And then
one time my dad got mad at me for walking into the house and not saying assalamu alaikum, and I was like, you could say it too, though. Like, honestly, like, you should lead by example, father. Like,
my dad would yell at us and be like, if you get into the house, you should loudly say assalamu alaikum because of, like, the jinn and everything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then my dad would walk in every morning and be like, oh, hey, Chai Lao. I'm like, how is this?
You're telling the jinn to get
Tell the jinn to get you chai? Are you boys with the demons then? But no, they're such weird characters. Like,
Yeah.
again, I wouldn't expect my dad to be this, like, really nice guy. Oh, here's another thing I learned about my dad. My dad and I smoked the same brand of cigarettes for 10 years.
Wow.
Right. And when my dad found me smoking cigarettes, he, like, crushed up my pack and, like, threw it in my face when I was, like, 17, 18. And then I found pictures of this man posing with cigarettes, like a 70s porn star mustache and shit. I'm like,
Wait, you were smoking for 10 years at 17. When did you start?
17. No, at 17 I started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like till 27, I was smoking Marlboro Red Shorts, like a pack a day. I did not.
Oh my god, that is the most Desi cigarette
it's
pack.
lights. It's lights.
Really?
It's lights, yeah.
I think my
lights.
dad smoked a Marlboro Red too.
Yeah. Yeah, because it tastes like fun.
Yes, it does. Yes,
It tastes like fun. That's
Oh
fine.
my god, I never realized that.
I hate you guys.
Until they come up with Golgappe flavored cigarettes, this is what we're sticking with, okay? You gotta dip it in water and shit.
Ew.
You don't even smoke the cigarette, you just chew it.
Oh my god. It's crunchy. Ah, disgusting. You know what? We're never opening a restaurant. We're gonna leave it to Zubi's dad. Premium cigarettes. Yeah, my dad. He threw it in my face. Yeah, I smoked for 10 years, and I just found out so many things about it. He wanted to be an actor,
Yeah, I think
but
that
didn't speak a lick of English. I'm like, this.
it's so sad because like I understand that in Islam like we're not supposed to like do these things and stuff like that, but like I'm like, recognizing like, okay, but if you hold back everything that you wanted to do for the sake of God or whatever
Everyone
it is,
else, right? Like everybody.
then
else.
you're literally just like traumatizing everyone in your life
It's
because you're not
self-flagellation, I feel
regulating.
like.
You're
You're
not
punishing
regulating.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You're not regulating any of the feelings that you have towards what was lost. You know.
I think that was a big reason why my dad and I had a huge falling out when I said I wanted to do stand up. Because I think it was kind of like triggered in him a little bit of that resentment, of like he couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that was when my dad kicked me out of the house.
Wow.
Yeah, I kicked me out. That was me. I was 23, 24, and I was like, I quit college and I'm doing stand. And he was like, Niklo yahan se. Like when you
So
come
when did
back,
you guys reconcile? Like what happened?
we reconciled after 2 years. My mom got sick, and we just needed hands on deck to help take care of her. And then I think that was the first time when my dad was like, when my dad had like a dose of like, damn, I've been angry for like a long time and life is short.
Yeah.
And that was like the first softening.
Yeah.
Where he wasn't like happy about it, but he was like okay with it. Like he stopped
like,
bugging me.
I'm recognizing patterns.
Yeah. This is the first time when he was like, I know this is controversial.
I'm feeling my feelings.
But maybe I'm the problem. Am I the drama? Am I the drama?
And it's like, yes, Dad, you always were.
You lose your shit at the smallest thing, my guy. Like, of course you're the drama. So I think that was the first wave of him like kind of softening up, and then I think the second wave was just like him seeing everybody just grow up. They're like they're with their families and everything, like all his brothers and sisters, and like they're with their kids and their family and like have a house and like living life and yada yada yada. And he was like, all I've done is fight with my kids.
Yeah.
So that's when he was like, maybe I should be nicer. And then he was like, you know what we should do? We should go to Lake George. And like, why does every brown family?
We need to sit by some water, a big body of water.
But we're not gonna go in it. We're not gonna go in it. But you know what we will do? We're gonna go wash our fucking bartan in there, like after we're done eating.
Wait.
It's either that or Bear Mountain.
It's Bear Mountain or
Bear
Lake George,
Mountain,
right?
Yo, the amount of brown people I saw at Niagara Falls, I swear to God, brown people love waterfalls.
Okay, but
like
you know what? They all go to Bear
crazy.
Mountain or Niagara. They go to Bear Mountain especially and be like,
Yeah.
So you went to Bear Mountain? I was like, they're like, Tiki ta. Like, why you go every year then, bro?
They act like they got
Every
a summer
year
home.
we go to Bear Mountain?
Yo, we love Bear Mountain, bro. We love Bear Mountain. And here's the thing, like brown people love like waterfalls so much, and honestly, we also love doing like all these things that white people do. We just do it with less like
Less enthusiasm.
materials.
We do it more efficient.
I remember,
we do it more efficient.
Yeah, I remember like during the pandemic, I went to Caterskills Falls with my family, and everyone was getting mad at me because they were like, "Oh, you didn't plan this properly. We're going so late during the day." Blah blah blah. Everyone's mad at me. My dad's yelling at me. My aunt's yelling at me. We go to Long Island to pick up some food and people and stuff like that. Everyone's screaming at me. My aunt's like showing attitude, like I'm not going anymore. It's so late. I said we were gonna go earlier. She's so tight. She's so mad. And I'm like, and I'm just in the car, and I'm like, okay, can we just like start like getting a move on instead of like doing this, whatever. Everyone's still like, we start the car and everything, and my dad's still yelling at me like, you're so bad at organizing. You should have been better at this. You should have like set up this whole thing better, like where we're going, and had like an itinerary and stuff like that.
Factory.
Exactly. All of that, right? I'm getting yelled at for like this 3-hour car ride, basically.
Right.
And then we get to the waterfalls. Oh my God. So beautiful. Wow. Waterfalls. I was like, you motherfuckers had me fucking crying in the car because you were mad about whatever.
Like the waterfall was going to pick up and leave. Like, oh, I got to get out of here. I got to get back home.
You missed it. All right.
I got baby lakes at home. I got to...
We get to the waterfalls, and not only do we see the waterfalls, but we go on a hike in our freaking flip-flops and salwar kameezes. Like,
bro, when we pull up to any place, right? Firstly, like you were saying, like we want to do all
and this was not the first time we went hiking in flip-flops either.
100%. Because you know why? They're like, we won't go on that trail because we have flip-flop and that one's muddy. Like they already know. They already have it. The thing is, we're not going to change anything about ourselves. If we can morph the environment to just fit our lifestyle that we've had for 40 fucking years, that'd be great. First thing, right? We're not going to eat outside anywhere else. Yeah. You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring 4 fucking patilas of biryani. That's what we're going to do.
That's exact. We had kebabs and rice.
And it's the same recipe all the time, too. It's the one aunt that cooks good that makes it all the time, right? It's like, that she makes it real good, so we should have her cook it all the time. She cooks that shit. You bring it in. You tie it down. You put the pot, and then you tie it down with, like, cloth so it doesn't slide.
Yeah.
And you put it in the back. We get out, and if it wasn't for, like, us coming out in, like, a conventional, like a modern-day vehicle, we look like gypsies. Just a bunch of kids half-dressed running around. We're all in flip-flops, starting a fire.
Dude, I still have pictures from 1995 of my family going to Six Flags. and
Bro.
eating biryani in the parking lot
Yes.
of Six Flags in Chicago
Yes.
with like my dad, my aunts and uncles, literally just whole pot of biryani in the
Yes.
fucking parking lot.
Yep. Yep. And then we look at the other people like they're fucking weird.
Like, what? You didn't bring your biryani? The fuck?
Look, they're eating a hot dog again. I'm like, you're eating biryani again. We had this yesterday.
And then as adults, you go to like Six Flags and things by yourself, and you're like, or with friends, and you're like, wow, how come this is so much easier? Because you're
I know
not.
they sold food at Six Flags.
I didn't
I don't know that food.
Yo, there's a whole ass juniors here.
Oh my god. Yeah, we would go to Six Flags and they would bring everything. Like we would bring everything.
And
of
your
our
parents
own.
will act like you were saving so much money.
The crazy thing is making the biryani probably costs more than having a fucking burger and fries at Six Flags. But I just don't know what point they're trying to prove. And the main one I love is that they will go to these places and then like criticize the white people for how they live around there. Like we'll go to like Lake George and be like, you know, they could really kind of do up the place a little bit. Like, you know, oh look, their food is like, we shit on their town. I mean, like we're visiting here. Like we
Yeah.
chose this place to come
Yeah.
here. And then at the end of it, you get a Lake George hoodie and take a photo and go the fuck home. Well, I have 3 Lake George hoodies for no reason. No reason.
Where is Lake George, by the way?
Lake George is by Syracuse. Yeah.
Okay.
What a time.
Yeah.
Hi there. Like what you heard? Well, guess what? There's an entire extra episode right now on our Patreon. For just $5, you get special behind-the-scenes content, access to every episode 2 days earlier, and exclusive content. The next episode for Zubi will be posted 2 days from the day this was posted, and there will also be a link in the description. If you want to support the next up-and-coming podcast, please check the Patreon in the description and subscribe. Thank you.